Betonline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, Betonline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to BetOnline today to get in on all the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline.
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your chain for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Yeah, money like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this and I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Everybody.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
I'm hanging in there.
So after getting to review things and kind of look at the game from yesterday, you mentioned how proud you were after the game. How are you feeling this morning?
No less proud. Watching the film and watching our guys kind of battle back in that second half was really a proud moment to watch. Quite frankly, just looking for ways to win that game at the end. The sideline was great. The effort was outstanding, and like I said yesterday, just fell one play short.
Within the last week, you were able to push it till, I guess, Friday or so before you were able to make a decision on quarterback. Will you be able to push it that far this week, or do you anticipate pushing it as far as you can?
Well, I think, John, with the situation with the way Derek is right now, that really is the reason we would take it day to day right now, week to week. We do get the extra day this week because of the Monday night game. So we'll wait and see what's going on with Derek's situation first, and then kind of go from there. So yeah, there's really no reason to declare anybody a starter at the moment. Naturally, if Derek can get through the injury situation and get out there and start practicing and at a regular pace, then that'll certainly factor in. But if you can't, then obviously we'll have to have plan B.
How will you handle the scheduling this week with the bonus day?
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we gave the guys a bonus day off, today and tomorrow, and then we'll come in Wednesday, and we'll do a Monday / kind of Wednesday schedule. On Wednesday, probably more of a walkthrough, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday will kind of be our three normal practice days that we normally have.
Darren, did you guys ever get to the point where you tried to evaluate if Derek's hand was good enough, or the concussion protocol kind of prevented you from ever even deciding if he was clear to practice with the hand injury?
Man, listen, man. Listen, shout out to the fam, man. Appreciate y'all for being in the live, man. Shout out, man. Welcome. And now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fam. How y'all doing tonight, man? Big ups to the fam. Hope you guys had a fantastic Monday to start off your week, man. Listen, all I can say about this, fam, is very interesting. Very proud of the team and this, that, and the third. We just didn't do it at the end. You was playing on half a quarter, bro. You were playing on half a quarter because of bad decisions at the quarterback position. You got 3 points in the first half. You got something in the first half. You win the game. You wouldn't have to depend on half a game to win the game. So you look at the tape, you understand the pride aspect. But listen, man, we can't ignore the bad part of the game and then just big up the good part of the game. That's not keeping it real. That's still a part of the game in its totality. We had good and bad. We have to address it. You know, the bad part is a terrible error was made at the head coach, the interim coach level of the quarterback. A bad decision was made, right? Okay, game starts. You see the flubbering, stumbling, stammering of the team. Make an adjustment, pull that quarterback out of there. But we don't make the adjustment until halftime when it should have been made a lot earlier, and we could have saved the game as opposed to compress a full game into a half of game and try to hurry up and run back and try to resurrect and win. So, like I said, man, this whole thing about Derek Carr, man, listen, Derek Carr is hurt, man. Now, he'll clear concussion protocol this week, but he has a fractured off arm and shouldn't be even considered for this. Now, they'll slap a cast on it and shoot it full of dope. That's what they do. That's how they do. And call that shit safe. They'll shoot him with dope and play him. That's what they got. That's the wait. See, we gotta understand here. Well, we gotta understand. I was proud of my guys, and we kind of look at everything differently. And that, see, I got it there. Did you catch that? Did you catch? I got his ass on that. Did you catch that? Yeah, we got to. Let me tell you, we got to wait for Carr. We got to wait for Carr. You see, he had an opportunity last game to play, but he cleared concussion protocol. We got to wait for Carr. Got to wait for Carr. Yeah, we got to wait for Carr. No, we don't have to wait for Derek Carr, but we don't have to do that. And this is why I was waiting to see how he handles. I don't like how Rizzi handles these offensive decisions. The defense, the special teams is one thing, but he does exactly what Dennis Allen did with the offense. That's why I don't think he's the man for the job. You can't treat you got to put your hands on the offense. They've been having problems. And if him as a coach would have made some adjustments sooner, we could have won that game. The Commanders game wasn't out of reach. It was bad decision makings for half the game. And like my pops said at the recap yesterday, and I agree with him, that he said, why did we go? We should have just kicked the extra point, tied up the game, went to overtime and see how the game ended. There was no need to force the issue. And I agree with that. But it's all a learning process nonetheless that we have to look at and explore going forward. All I know, the facts are the Saints are a 5-win team and a 5-win team and a 9-loss team. That's all I see. 5-9 is what the hell they are. And they damn sure make moves like a 5-9 team. I'm not going to tell you no lie. But we got to wait for Carr. See, Derek Carr is the answer to everything. Derek Carr comes back and goes through 500 yards and 300 touchdowns. And not one pick. He going to win. I'm telling you, Derek Carr. Man, Derek Carr, man, he hurt. Move the hell on, dude. We got a guy there. The guy showed you half the game, and you standing up there at the end of the game yesterday comparing them like they the same. What's wrong with this guy, man? People are like, dude, what are you talking about? Just call it what it is. Even what Jake Hayner said at the end of yesterday's game, he stood up to the podium and said, okay, here we go. I'm ready for this. And, you guys fired away. That's the wrong. See, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Jake Hayner steps to the podium like we did him something. So bitch stepped to the podium. He stepped to the podium like I did him something. Okay, all right, what you got? No. Hold on. Slow down. Slow down. You was crap out there. I didn't have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do. And just because I react off your crapness, it's called hate. If I tell you stunk, well, that's not the truth. Man, that's the wrong. I don't like that attitude. I also didn't lie. I told y'all I've been looking at him side-eyed ever since he took that backup job and said that he felt like he was the guy that won the job. I felt like I earned it. Really, you did. Did you? You got beat by Rattler in preseason, and the only reason why you're the second string quarterback is Coach Possum put you up there as a buffer. But you were smiling and profiling the whole damn way to be the guy when you wasn't ready. And then you got thoroughly exposed in the matchup in half of quarter, and people seeing the relevant difference between Haener and Rattler, in which Haener had the same players as Rattler, but Rattler was able to make everything move and turn, where Haener had them out there dead. D-E-A-D, dead. That offense was out there. That offense was in the ground zombie-ish. People was falling asleep on the game. Then Rattler gets in there and everything starts shaking and moving. Everything gets to rattling around. But I'm ready for this, and I know there's such and such, and I'm ready for I know them. I'm got to be ready for the hate. Ready for the hate. You didn't deserve it. And I told this guy, I said, listen, man, you did not earn that backup job because you wasn't ready. Now they made the call. I said, listen, Haener been here for 2 years. He had been here for 2 years. That offense is not that terribly complicated. The problem with Haener is he doesn't have pocket command. He doesn't have pocket command. He doesn't have the command of the pocket or the respect of the players to kind of general them into where they need to be and make them believe and move. He had a full half to try to move the offense, and all he did was, not look good. Then Rattler gets in there. He had the same shitty player, the offensive line rather, that was garbage and funky and stank and trifling. You look at the tape. We'll go over it on all 22. The offensive line yesterday in the first half was pathetic. They were worse than what they were in the Giants game. Thoroughly getting beat, pushed over, Swiss cheesed, all of that. And these are starting five once again that have been back in the second game with all this practice time. Still looking bad. But somehow, some way, the second half, they came alive to score 19 points to make it a 1-point game. If we would have got one field goal, we couldn't even get in shape to get down there to kick a field goal. Couldn't even get a field goal. If you would have got one field goal, you would have beat those Commanders. Because really, they wasn't commanding nothing. The Saints defense did a wonderful job of literally shutting down their running back and containing Jaden Daniels. Really, they did a stellar job, especially in the second half. They sacked him 8 times. What more you want from a defense that got 8 sacks? You know what I'm saying? The defense, for the large part, kept them contained. They held them to 20 points, the team to 20 points, and that should have been enough. If the Saints averaged, 20-plus points a game, we got 19. If we'd have had played a full half, a full game, we would have won. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. But all we can do, is to study the film of what we need to do going forward. And 5-9 means, and listen, man, all this stuff about, they still live math now, all this bowl. And man, listen, I don't care about none of that. This team is where they're supposed to be. Even though they have talent, a lot of good talent on the team, they're a 5-9 IQ team. It took them too long to move certain things. They're full of excuses. They don't make the adjustments that they need to make when they need to make them. They don't bring in personnel when they're supposed to bring in personnel. I mean, golly, man. We had opportunity to bring more players in here, and I've been saying for weeks we need more players in here. Let's bring some more players in here. Let's keep this thing going. Let's keep it thriving. Let's keep it moving. And yet again, we fail. That's why you need somebody that know what the hell they're doing and not scared to put his hands on the offense, the defense, and the special teams and lead with leadership. A true leader, not one that tap dances like Yosemite Sam shooting at their feet when you start asking them questions about their offense. Yosemite lighting his feet up. Oh, come on now, you guys. You got that. Don't shoot at my feet. Come on. Derek Carr. We waiting on Derek Carr. No. Don't do that. Don't wait on Derek Carr. You got 4 games left. Just play out the rookie. To see that's done with. That's over with. Let Rattler do it for the rest of the season. Let Carr rest. Let Carr finish his situation. Let him finish up resting. Let Rattler go ahead on and do what he needs to do. We don't need to wait on Derek Carr. Derek Carr is hurt, man. These people are amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. But anyway, let's hear what the rest of this guy got to say. I ain't gonna play all 20-something odd minutes. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all being in the stream, man. Appreciate y'all.
Well, it's a little bit of a unique equation because the final step of the concussion protocol is a little bit of a formality in that anybody in the concussion protocol has to have a quote unquote practice. And so, we didn't feel comfortable, having Derek out there in a practice scenario. He just wasn't quite ready for that. And so, by the letter of the law, he's still in the, he's got to complete that protocol. So the first time he practices, the expectation would be that he would clear the concussion protocol. So that's really not in my opinion, not the limiting factor at the moment.
So I know you don't want to put a specific timetable on it, but after evaluating his hand, did you at least reach the conclusion that it's just a matter of time, but you anticipate he will get a chance to play at some point before the season is over?
At this point, I would say he would get a chance to play at some point before the season's over. I don't think that's a reach. At the same time, his like any injury, it's improving. He's just not there quite yet.
Derek Carr.
Coach, have you gotten any update as to how Alvin Kamara is doing with the groin injury from yesterday?
Yeah, come on, let's get
a little bit. He's we got some imaging back. He's kind of dealing with a little bit of a groin adductor type of situation. It's something that it was very, very minor. I think he kind of felt it on that diving touchdown catch, which was outstanding, by the way. And so he's going to get a couple of more opinions, a couple more imaging things taken care of today. So we'll kind of see where he's at the moment.
A couple of imaging things. And what he's talking about, man, is the groin situation. He calling it a groin abductor. And I was like, okay, let me look that up. So I went and looked that up, and it's basically the muscles inside the inner thigh that, go up here. Is that he kind of stretched a little further, that kind of stretched those groin muscles. And it became like, it's kind of like a strain. So what I got on the screen right here, this is from several different sites. The Cleveland Clinic and a few other medical sites that give you some of this information. And it's saying he's saying it's a minor injury, which would probably be a mild grade 1, usually heals within a week or 3, according to what they're saying. And how the recovery is held, according to the doctor sites, is saying arrest the injured area and avoid activities that cause pain. Apply ice or cold pack for 10 to 20 minutes a time, 3 to 4 times a day for the first day or 2. Apply heat after day 2 or 3. Wear snug shorts, underwear to support the injured area. Take pain medicine like ibuprofen or anticetamine. I hope I pronounced that right, man. Aspirin, shit. God damn it, aspirin. Raise the groin by lying down and putting pillows under your hips. So keeping it elevated. He says, seek immediate medical if you experience new or severe pain or swelling in the groin area, coolness, paleness, or color change in the groin or upper thigh, tingling, weakness, or numbness in the groin or leg, inability to move your leg. So that's some signs. But basically, with the information that Coach Rizzi is given, it's a mild thing, usually 1 to 3 weeks to heal. Now, is this something that will sideline AK-41 any of these remaining games? Who knows? Who knows? It's like I said, it's mild. They're saying, according to these reports, and there's others as well that agree, for the timeline usually heals 1 to 3 weeks, which is the exact time how many games you got left. You got 3 weeks worth of games. So we'll see what goes on there. If Alvin have an opportunity to play or however it works with them, we shall see, man. I know he wants to get back out there, man, because he is close. Alvin Kamara is so close to catching that damn 1,000 yards, man. He was right there. He was right there. He was right damn there. He was right there. Let me pull up his stats on right now. Where is AK-41 right now in terms of his 1,000 yards? He's right. He's almost there. He's 50 yards. He's 50 yards from getting it. He gonna be back, man. We got to get him back in here. Hopefully, it ain't nothing that keep him out for very long. But he 50 yards from catching it, fam. Yeah, 228 carries, 7th in the NFL, 10th in the league in rushing with 950 yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, tied for 19th, and his average is 4.2 yards per game. So we'll see what happened. Listed as questionable for AK-41. He's 50 yards off 1,000-yard season for the very first time. Man, hey, that's pretty good, man, for AK-41. So I don't think it'll be something that's that hopefully is not serious. Hopefully we can get him back in there, man, because I know it means a lot. He did a lot, except he never got 1,000 yards. The man broke all the Saints records and did it without even getting 1,000 yards rushing. Isn't that amazing? Because Deuce McAllister, we covered this on a previous show. Deuce did it like 3 times. Ingram did it twice. I want to say Ingram did it twice. Got 1,000 yards. Alvin never did it. So I know it meant a lot to him. I know he wants to get it, man. He want to finish the season out strong. So, hopefully the man be able to get back. And hopefully he will, man. I'm rooting for him to get it, man. I know that mean a lot to him. Let's go back to Coach Rizzi. And
we had kind of have the first set of images, and we're going to kind of see what happens here with the second set, second opinion, all that kind of thing.
But the expectation at this time you mentioned is that it's minor.
I'm not going to say whether it's major or minor. I'm just going to see what I'm just going to leave it open ended right now. We're going to kind of see where we're at.
You just said it wasn't nothing serious or something like that. Didn't he say that, fam? Did he say that? Did y'all hear him say that? Because am I tripping here? Because I could have swore he said that it ain't nothing serious or something to that effect. Am I tripping? Did y'all hear the same thing? Because I remember saying that's why I stopped the interview and was like, hold on here. Hold on now. Let me go ahead on and watch it. Hold on now. Then he says, well, no, I'm not. I ain't going to say it one way or the other. It's we got to watch out for Derek Carr. You'll see, yeah, okay. Shout out. What's up, Chantel, baby? Appreciate you. Pelicans Nola, brother Arvin, Derek. What's up, Derek? How you doing, sir? Brother Gundam is in this thing. Much love. Slim. All right, Bronze, I see you, fam. Giovanni, much love. They weren't commanding nothing. Yeah, indeed, bro. Yeah, they wasn't commanding nothing, bro. Yeah, shit. Yeah. All right, Backwoods, how you doing, sir? Shout out to you. Go Maha 23. Much love. What's up, Desi, baby? Big ups to you. Much love to my queens. All right. Golden King, shout out to you, fam. Appreciate you. OG Jerry. Big ups, brothers. Good to see you out there as always, man. Shout out to brother Jerry. Brother Ro, I see you, fam. Appreciate you, man. All right, brother Greg, I see you, fam. Family, man, what's up, Jack? Yeah, a lot of L-Dub. I got you, brother. All right. So, yeah, this is I heard him say, I'm not going to say one way or the other, but we're waiting on Derek Carr. Oh no!
With the rest of us, I don't want to make any big medical announcements at the moment.
You just said it wasn't nothing serious.
Were you all close at all to seeing Tano passing you out on the field yesterday?
Yeah, that's why That's why we brought him to the 53-man roster. I thought Tano really had a good week of practice
right now,
and it really just came down to more of the game plan. Why he wasn't active for the game. It's why he was inactive, but right up literally to the last moment before we had to announce the inactives, we were in discussions about, who gave us the best chance on the 49-man game roster. So that's, we were making those. So Tano's ready to go. He'll be in the equation this week, and hopefully for his sake, we can get him going this week.
I hope so, man. Come on, bro. Don't do him like that. It's been like 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks. And listen, I'm not mad how the defense played. The defense played spectacular. I'm just got to give it to him. 8 sacks in the game. But yeah, Tanu been just sitting there, man, over the last 3 weeks. You got to get him in there. He was a healthy scratch for this game. And I'm like, well, who you going to uphold over him? John Ridgeway. I would have kind of deactivated John Ridgeway if I needed to do it, but, whatever. But hopefully they get him in there here, man. He ain't worried about him playing. They trying to He don't make as much money as Derek Carr, though. All right, what's up, Charlie? Big ups to you, the Young City Night Wall. What's popping, fam? Mall and Mall, I see you, fam. Appreciate you. As always, my brother. Much love. Yeah, I could have swore he said, yeah, it's nothing serious about Alvin. That's what prompted the reporter to ask the follow-up question. Then he backs off of it. He moonwalks off of that thing. So I don't know.
Aaron, what do you think of Chase Young's performance yesterday against his old team?
I think Chase has put a couple of really good weeks together in a row. I told you guys I felt like last week was his best game as a Saint. A couple more really big plays in the game yesterday. Naturally, Jaden Daniels gives everybody headaches, not just us with the pass rush. And you look not just what Chase did, but our overall defensive line. I thought was really a bright spot yesterday.
Sure was.
So credit to them, credit to BY, credit to Joe in terms of the game plan. Those guys all produced. I mean,
they've been getting better.
Certainly Jaden Daniels had some big plays, but at the same,
I got to give it to him, man. They had a graphic that was on screen. I forgot how long it's been, but I want to say since Joe Woods took over the team, they're not allowing you to score no more than what was it? Even though they got 20 points yesterday, but it was like 15.9 or something like that since Joe Woods took over the defense. Since Joe Woods took over the defense has been out of control. And listen, that's why yesterday I was giving all the praise in the world to the Saints defense, fam, because listen, they were out there for over 40 minutes yesterday of a 60-minute game, and they did not look tired at all. And we have a lot of older players out there. They did not look tired at all. They were flowing to the ball. They were moving around. It weren't perfect. Like with Terry McLaurin, Kool-Aid McKinstry was getting toasted out there. But he's a rookie. I expect such things to happen, But overall, the defense did a phenomenal job. And remember, was marked as their Achilles heel. The scrambling quarterback threat that Jaden Daniels is. The Saints basically sacked them 8 times and pinned the Commanders' offense down, and they wasn't running nothing. The Saints offense didn't handle their business. They didn't carry their water full game. And that's what contributed to the loss, because even the special teams was out there kicking field goals, pinning those guys back, and the offense didn't come to play for a full game. And that's the answer to what happened. They did not come to play for a full game. So I ain't drawing out no proud of, in terms of what the defense did, but overall as a team, the offense wasn't there for half a game. And that was the fault of the head coach and the play callers. Rizzi should have made the call earlier. Like, you know what you're looking at? The guy didn't have, and it was so bad. It was so obvious, right? It was so bad, and I know Rizzi can blow up his rookie punter, but he can't go and fuss at the other guys over there standing up there, eating up all that money and ain't doing shit. He couldn't go over there and blow them up. He pick on that poor punter, but he don't say nothing to them people on that offensive side of the ball. That's why I don't want him to be the coach. We can't have you scared to go over there and do it. You doing what Dennis Allen doing in terms of the offense, just letting them operate the way they want. No, they making bad decisions. They slow on the draw. No, you let too much of the game run. You could have won the game, and it was a very important game for obvious reasons. But no, you can't handle it the same way. That's why I'm like, nah, man, you don't operate the right way. Especially, you don't put all the responsibility through the entire team. You did a good job with the special teams. That's where you come from. You did a good job listening to the guys on defense. You made the call, put Joe Woods on the top. That was good. But it's 3 aspects of a team, and you did not touch not one hair on the Saints offense. And the Saints offense has been up and down and all around all season long. Whether they got their starters in there or not, minus the first 2 games of the season, the Saints have been inept. Well, it's all about injuries. I was telling people it's not all about injuries. If you got guys in there, it's about getting those guys up there to handle their business. And there's no reason why the Saints shouldn't have been able to run that ball better yesterday for a full game. And I said it in the preview stream, and the keys to victory. The Saints offensive line have to be able to run the ball, and they simply gave nothing for an entire half of the game. And we got what we deserve. a loss. When you play half the game, you're more than likely going to lose. You're going to lose, because that's against that. But I don't like how he handles the 9 hands-on offense. He's still letting them operate with autonomy. I don't like that, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like that at all.
At the same time, we really limited him. I thought there were some negative plays there that were big for us, particularly in the second half, and Chase was a big part of that.
How about Cam Jordan?
Wait, no, Derek Carr.
I've seen Cam doing what he's been doing these last 4 or 5 weeks is kind of stacking a bunch of good games together. Another guy had 2 more sacks, really a couple of really big plays in the game. Huge play down there on the goal line. To limit them to a field goal. That ended up being a major play in the game. That's really a 4-point play, if you will.
Yes.
Because he gets the sack there, and we forced them to kick a field goal, and that allowed us to have the opportunity to win. A chance to win the game at the end. So, I've seen a re-energized guy that's out there flying around and having fun. That's what I've seen out of Cam.
Yeah, I got to give you that. He ain't telling. Cam was awesome.
Darren, just to specify, you don't want to name like whether or not Spencer would get the chance to
come on, Mike Triplett. Shout out to Mike Triplett.
For Carr.
No, because we had the extra day, Mike. I'm just going to wait and see here. If we were practicing on Wednesday, like a full practice, I might make that decision a little bit earlier. But because we have the extra day, I'm going to wait till I'm going to give it the day and kind of see where Derek's at, and then go from there.
Hopefully. Mike Triplett is so slick and always with the good questions. And the reality is he understands, just like the Who Dat Nation understands about the Spencer Rattler thing. This whole thing has been a ridiculous narrative the whole season within the Saints organization, which speaks to more proof in Exhibit 1,000 or whatever you want to call it for why he handles the offense just like Dennis Allen handles the offense. If he's coming in, that's why they were asking the questions last week and the week before about the Spencer Rattler thing. Is he was saying, well, that's what Dennis Allen was doing. And then they brought it back to him. Okay, well, you the coach now. What you going to do? He did nothing. He didn't say, hey, man, listen, we're going to make you the backup quarterback. This other guy needs to get to the back. Then he kind of basically said that, he's a special teams coach and he watches different things, and saying he wasn't paying attention like that. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But at the end of the day, man, listen, man, if I'm a part of the team, I'm going to know the team, because most of these guys are offensive guys, defensive guys. They come into play on my special teams. They're either coming from one or two places. They either coming from the offense or they're coming for the defense. I'm going to know my depth chart. I'm going to know my player profiles. I'm going to know what my players are good at. I'm going to know all of that stuff if I'm the coach. And listen, fam, and another thing, you can't let him make it with that excuse, because he was labeled as the assistant head coach for Dennis Allen. So if Dennis Allen fell down and couldn't coach no more, he got fired like what he did, he would have to know those profiles as well. So if he got fired in which he did, he would step in there, and then he would have a field for what his players could do and what they cannot do. He was listed as the assistant coach. So that excuse about what happened with Spencer Rattler as the emergency quarterback has been thoroughly debunked and broken down. I said that and told the family members that before it even played out, because I was speaking to the pettiness and the off-code nature of Coach Possum. I was talking about that all the time. I said, fam, he going to do this, he going to do that, he going to do this, and that son gun did everything I said he was going to do. But mysterious enough, every time an injury happened to Derek Carr, they went to Spencer Rattler, who was always the emergency quarterback. Now, if something was going on during the game, they went with Hainer. But if they had time to prepare, they were going with Spencer until last game. And I would love, he made the choice to put Hainer there. And look how it ended up. But then again, does he really know these players? Because the way he was talking in the post-game interview yesterday and the interviews leading up to the game, people was like, what is he talking about? Like they're the same. They're not the same. Now, whether you was saying that or not, like after the game, you can't listen, bro. I'm not going to sit up here and paint one player one way and another player another way. I'm going to keep it real because one of these players, they need to go work again. And the other guy obviously been working harder than the other guy. You know, I'm not going to take away credit for him just because I don't want to make the other guy feel bad when the other guy was out there doing what he was supposed to do and the other guy didn't. There's a big, it's a noticeable difference. That's why the man won the job in preseason. But the whole season is this off-cold narrative about them being a competition during the season for the quarterback position, and Spencer Rattler ran away with it. It wasn't even close. Try to create this weird ass gaslighting thing that didn't work. Like, we kept destroying it. It just made them look even more foolish. But for him to be thinking like this and doing these type of motions means that he don't know much. He don't know what he needs to know about that offense. And he kind of keeps his hands off and let them decide on what they're going to do. And if they want to go for it on 4th down, he goes this, go do it, or he shakes his head. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, go for it. You think you're going to make it? You know, that kind of thing. But when it comes down to decision making, look how uncomfortable he is when he's answering questions about the offense, man. It's still being ran how Dennis Allen ran, and I don't like that. They're not good enough to have that kind of autonomy. They're not. It's just real. I'm keeping it real, man. You have to be able to be responsible for all aspects of this team. And I'm putting the blame where, you know, like we lose as a team. We know. Let me tell you, we lose as a team because we're waiting on Derek Carr. No, I ain't gonna do that, man. I'm just messing with the whole Carr thing, man. But listen, man, all I'm saying, fam, is at the end, if you want to put the finger on somebody, put it on this guy right here. Because he took too long to make the play to pull Haener out of there when he knew Haener was not the business. Or go over there and bitch at those linemen. Go bitch at them, or they're not doing their jobs. Those linemen, them offensive linemen, Cesar Ruiz, Trevor Penning got pushed back so much, I thought he was wearing skates. I thought he was a big, clunky vending machine on skates. That's what I thought he was. The old school vending machines used to go out front the supermarket. They used to be lining up out front the supermarket. And then they got the wheels underneath them. And if you grease them wheels really well, you can be a small person. You push that vending machine around, boy, and move like new money. That's what Penning looked like yesterday. He looked like a big ass vending machine on wheels, and that guy was pushing Penning into Jake Haener's lap. And I made a joke about it on yesterday's broadcast because I was like, how in the hell did Haener got knocked down on the ground, and then I look and Penning laying up there next to him. I'm like, what's going on here? How the hell did he end? Fam, y'all put one in the chat if y'all see that shit. Fam, I said, what the hell? I said, hold on, what the hell? How in the hell did that happen? Jake Haener on the ground and Penning laying up next to him. I was like, what? I thought this was a kid show. What the hell going on here? It's crazy, man. But that was if you watch the film, you would see over and over again that guy, and especially in the first half, was pushing Penning into the lap of Jake Haener. That Cesar Salad Ruiz was getting beat repetitively. You know, there was one guy's coming in there and I seen one, I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Cesar Ruiz or if it was Eric McCoy. There was one where the guy basically escorted the player to sack Haener. I was like, how did that work? There was another play. Y'all tell me what lineman it was where the guy pushed on him and he turned like sideways, like one of them hotel doors, the old school with the hotel doors. You go to the real good hotel and it's an old school hotel, and you got to put your shoulder into the door to spin it like this so you can go. You know what hotel, the really good expensive hotels have that door where it's a spinning door. And you got to put, sometimes a little of them be a little tough. You got to put a little shoulder muscle into it to spin it. Y'all remember that? Tell which lineman that was where the guy just put a shoulder on and turned him like one of them doors and got right there back there by Hayner. You know, I was like, man, what's going on? Yeah. But I'm proud of my guys. You know, we were doing good. We almost fought back in the game. Oh, yeah. Coach Rizzi. Yeah, we can do for you. Yeah, Coach Rizzi. You're off. You true indeed. You guys did, you know, fight back in the second half. But why didn't you? What was the root cause in the first half of the game? If you'd have made the change sooner, you could have salvaged the game, right? Well, you got to understand, things don't quite work that way. And I didn't really get the call yet. They didn't tell me that they wanted to make the call. I needed to make the call. So what I did was I was waiting on Derek Carr. And no, Coach. No. Derek, how are you waiting on Derek Carr? Carr's still hurt. He didn't clear concussion protocol, remember? Oh yeah, that's right. Next question. Oh man, come on, Rizzi. Dog, listen, we know this. We do this, man. We know who's good. We know who's not good. Come on. We've seen enough of these guys. We know the patterns. We know how things go. That's why we know who's going to give you the best chance to win. We know these things. We know these players, man, for real. We know these guys. We know who can ball. We know who can't ball. But when guys are not doing what they're supposed to do, you're supposed to go in there and light them guys up. You're supposed to. You're the head coach. Got all that fussing and bitching and that running around and spewing and spitting. You got to put that over there on the guys that deserve it. Hell, I seen Chase Young drop an interception ball, and Chase Young went to the sideline and started doing push-ups. I'm asking myself why we can't make the quarterbacks do that or the wide receivers do that. You drop a goddamn ball or something, get your ass over there and get some push-ups. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Who with me on that? Y'all remember that? This was not last game. This was the Giants game. Chase Young almost had an interception because he been balling. He almost had an interception in the Giants game, and then he went to the sideline. And y'all remember he was doing he was sitting down. Hold on. What Dick Vitale used to say? What Dickie V used to say? He had a saying, "Boom shakalaka." No, he didn't. I forgot what he used to say, man. But now I'm saying, man, at the end of the day, if the guy throwing, go over there and give me some push-ups. What happened to that? You see what I'm saying? You just screwed up. Let's go get some push-ups over here. You get down there. You give me 20. You just threw a pick. Get your ass over there and give me 20. Hey, you just dropped one. Give me 10. I like that, man. And man, that's a good philosophy. You gonna do something for that loss, for that hurt. You hurt the team with that pick. Get your ass over there and get some push-ups going on, man. Let's go. You know, but they don't do none of that. They soft as hell on that side. And Rizzi ain't gonna spew and spit on them guys. He's not gonna do it because he don't know what to do on the offensive side of the ball. That's the point. Now I know I'm just pinpointing the fact that for anybody that'll tell you that Jake Hayner and Spencer Rattler are the same quarterback. At one point, you got to look at somebody as being quite delusional. They're delusional. If you thinking that those two guys are the same, and you just watch that game, you seen half the game, and then the other game, half of the game, there's no way you can make that asinine projection. You can't do it. As I'm saying, you know what? I like Rizzi, man. But y'all got to admit, man, the goddamn honeymoon over with. It been over with. Because people saying, okay, we like the fact that you got this going on, but it's stuff about this team that just don't tie to one or two aspects. All three aspects got some funk on them. You know, you got to get on over there. You can't just allow them guys, hey, you guys, let me know what you're going to do after it over with, and I'll just tell the media. No, you can't do that. You're the coach. You tell them what to do. If the play calling stinks, put another play caller in there. If the offensive line is having issues, and I've been saying this for long, as we should have been working the free agency, whatever free agency is out there, pilfering whatever practice squad players we can get to bring here to reinforce the offensive line, to bring in more wide receiver help. I've been saying that for a while because injuries are not going to stop. They're going to keep happening. There is no point during the season where injuries are not going to stop happening. They're going to happen all the way until the season is over with. That's just how I think. So we have to be constantly proactive and not reactive. That's the thing that really stumps me about both the Saints and the Pelicans, are that they're reactive franchises. They're not proactive in any sense. They're not proactive in any sense of the word. They only do shit when shit happened to them. You have to be ahead of things. And that's the issue. They're not proactive enough. They got to wait till this guy get hurt before they're worried about doing. I'm looking at the backups. I'm saying, man, we could do better than that. Hell, we can do better than that. You mean to tell me we can't do better than Ali Udo over there? Man, get out of here, man. There's guys on this team that Dennis Allen picked that shouldn't be on this team. There's guys that should be, and there's guys that shouldn't be. When you evaluating something, you look at everything, man. It's a reason why the team is where it is record-wise. But anyway, that's enough for Coach Rizzi, man. I ain't gonna listen to the Rizzi no more. We're gonna keep it pushing, man. We're gonna keep it moving, man, and we're gonna get into it here and start off with this article right here. Shout out to John Hendricks, Kyle T. Mosley, Bob, and the rest of the family at the Saints News Network, always giving them shots out because they're always putting that good work. And this is what John wrote. He said what we learned about the Saints in week number 15. And these are some quick thoughts from John. And he says, what we learned about the Saints in week 15, there's something about Spencer. The 3-game stint where Spencer Rattler didn't start, where Rattler started, didn't go according to plan, but they didn't hinder the rookie from continuing to put in the work and learning. He said that after the game that he knew he had to be ready no matter what. He didn't sulk or had a bad attitude. Who you talking about, baby? Who you talking about? He didn't sulk or had a bad attitude. He don't have to say it. Y'all already know who that is. All right. And his week of preparation helped him come in as a true backup or to provide a spark for the Saints offense. While the stats might not jump out after you as earth-shattering, Rattler showed plenty of poise and purpose going in a very tough spot. Imagine if the Saints would have converted the 2-point attempt, he might be setting social media on fire. That's a good point. He still should. Even if the Saints didn't get the win, there's some major growth Rattler showed, and that's a big reason to feel encouraged that there might just be something here. That I agree wholeheartedly. That is very true. He didn't sulk and didn't have a bad attitude, and what's his face did. Came to the podium saying, let's get this over with. This is going to be good. All that. You talking wrong. I opened the broadcast saying, man, you sound crazy as hell. People are going to give you simmering critique. See, this is this thing here in today's climate where truth, when you tell somebody the truth about what's going on, it's then branded as hate because people are thin-skinned. So and I be telling a lot of people, be careful of who you tell the truth to, because you tell somebody the truth that you might know and love, and they probably hate you for the rest of your life if they like that. And because some of these people, they like living in a bubble, they like living a lie they have. So if you tell the truth, you might unravel it. That might force them to go in and have to face themselves. A lot of people ain't ready to deal with that. A lot of people still running right now. They're running for themselves. They're running for, and that's it's real game. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people don't have the necessary courage to face down the demons and everything else in their life. So they run from it. They might be drinking. They might be doing whatever to try to get away from it. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes it might be too ugly for them to face, and they don't have the courage to face it at the time. But when you look at what Hayner was saying, man, number one is you created the scenario. If you would have played masterfully, you would have got the right energy. See, you get the energy that you get. If you out there playing to a high level, then the people will respect you and you'll get that energy. Whatever you project is what you get. And that is exactly what happened with him. He projected garbage and so he got garbage back. He got the truth that he was garbage. That Hayner was horrible. That Hayner was hindered. What was the term? That Hayner was hideous. But see, that's the thing. You get what you project, you get what you get. Whatever you project, you get. That's the bottom line. And he project bullshit. He project foolishness and nonsense. And he got that back. You ain't gonna sit up here with a bad attitude like I did you something. Shit, I ain't have you out there looking like that. I didn't tell you to go out there and not command anybody. You had zero presence. That's the problem. It's still football. People have to believe in you as a leader to follow you. Even if I would even respect him even more if he was pointing his finger and bitching at them offensive linemen for not blocking. Come on, guys. What are you guys doing? Let's go, man. That would have lit a fire under them because, like, you know what? Yeah, we right. We are playing like shit. Let's get this together right here. He had zero presence in that pocket. It might as well you might as well put Casper the Ghost or somebody out there to run that offense. You got the same effect. You put Rob Zombie or some bullshit out there, you got the same effect. The offense was dead. It was on life support. Spencer Rattler had to bring it back. He had to Lazarus that thing. Jake Hayner had them people dead and buried on offense. It's crazy because Hayner had more Alvin Kamara than Spencer did, and Spencer still lit a fire to get him somewhere. But you come out there with a bad attitude. I'm ready for all the hate. The hate that you was going, man, get your ass out of here. You created all of this. You said that you were ready. Do I need to go back and play? Do I need to go back and get his interview? Hold on, fam. Hold on. Give me a second. Because this is he about to catch that work tonight. And I wasn't even planning on being up here all that long because it's a Monday. But that guy sat up there and said in the press in the preview, when we played it on the show, that I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna cut it loose. And what else I got to lose? What else that's what he said. That's what he that's what the hell he said. He said that. And I was like, okay, all right. Well, you do have something to lose, if you go out there and kind of, you don't handle your business, He stood up there with that brown shirt and that brown jacket and said that, what else I got to lose? I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna play it and all this kind of stuff. Y'all remember that? So I'm gonna see if I can find it one quick because I don't like that, man. We ain't do you a damn thing. He's hold on, fam. This is what he said. This is him. Listen.
I'm going to do everything every week that I can to prepare. If that's, you're starting, you're the two. I got to be ready to play no matter what. And so I feel like, Jonathan Velma just asked me, how does your preparation change, knowing that you're going to be the starter? I've been going through my process since last year, when I was working with Gruden, him allowing me to understand what my process is going to be and how to prepare like an NFL starter. They always say, just always stay prepared. I feel like I've always had this process and I've been, practicing it for the last year and a half. So this week was no different. I do the same process that I've been doing and I feel great about it.
Except for interviews with Jonathan Bill.
Except for interviews. Yeah.
Now he later goes on to this video and then says that I'm comfortable, that I'm gonna just go out there and I've been preparing for this moment for a long time, and I'm gonna go out there and play loose, and I'm gonna just give it what I got, and what else can I lose? What else can I lose? We're gonna just go out there and cut it loose. That's what that guy said. That's what he said. And then he gets to the end of the press conference. And he's standing up there like he ain't none of that. I had nothing to do with that. I didn't put words in your mouth for that. And we ready for the hate? No, you stink. You stinked in that game, and it was noticeable. And you got what you deserved because you're not ready. You're not better than Spencer Rattler, and it was a travesty. It was an injustice for them to put you as the second string quarterback when you didn't earn the job. Everybody knew in the Who Dat Nation that Spencer Rattler earned that job, and it was only because Dennis Allen was doing rotten shit to try to protect Derek Carr, because people like Spencer Rattler, and they knew that if Derek Carr struggled, that a lot of people were going to be yelling for Rattler as the backup to come in to replace Derek Carr. And Allen knew that, and what he did was he made him the emergency quarterback to stop that from happening. That in a nutshell. That's what happened in a nutshell. And I said that prior to that even happening. That's what it is. And he knew what was going on too, because he allowed him to play him as a buffer. And when you allow yourself to get played, guess what? You get played. And that's what happened to him. So ain't no hate. You got exactly what you deserve, is what you earned. You wasn't ready. You went out there and stunk. So you got that equal energy. Enough said. So they sit up here talking about, I would prepare and ready to go. Oh, I guess not. Huh? Back to the board, back to the drawing board. Saints' defensive performance was better than we thought it would be. Anytime you get 8 sacks in a game, that's really good. It's a really good day at the office. 2 of those were no game plays by Willie Gay Jr. and Demario Davis, but the amount of pressure New Orleans was getting on Jaden Daniels was encouraging. The defense said coming into this game that Daniels was going to be annoying and he was tough to bring down. I thought Washington's attack would be way better than what it was. Naturally, the first half wasn't too much to talk about, but the second half defense locked in. If we saw that for 4 quarters all season, then who knows where this team would be right now. They did. The defense turned it on. And like we said, 40, and the big thing is the defense was on the field for over 40 minutes yesterday, and they didn't look tired at all. That to me was like, wow. And Joe Woods, you got to credit Joe Woods, because he took this defense that was falling through the floor under Dennis Allen, and he turned them around, and look how they look. And they've dealt with injuries and everything, and they are playing at a high level. They held them people to 20 points. We should have won it. Any playoff aspirations can most certainly be put to bed. Another losing season for New Orleans is on the horizon. They needed to win this game to stay alive for a potential shot at the NFC South, regardless of what Tampa and Atlanta end up doing. There's just too much going on for them to even try to figure out the voodoo math on how they could get in. Facing the music means the Saints should end up getting a pretty good draft position. The players won't quit on each other, but at this point, 5-10 does seem inevitably going up to Green Bay for Monday Night Football, right? Enough said. Other notes, Alvin theatrical touchdown grab was something, but he also felt something on the play, according to Rizzi. We covered this just a few minutes ago. We heard Rizzi talk about him having a groin issue. Kool-Aid McKinstry suffered a stinger and did not return. Marquez Valdez-Scantling was evaluated following a collision with Jeremy Shin in return. Rizzi said the end of the third quarter was totally mismanaged by the officials. He had the challenge flag in his hand was talking to the official about it. He said the quarter was over and they let the play go on. He mentioned that the replay assist was used on a questionable catch, and that support upstairs didn't think there was enough to overturn it. Cam says Cam is up to 120 and a half sacks in his career. Jaden Daniels become the 48 different player he has taken down. Sean Hockley provided the pool report on the end clock sequence of the game. His explanation was the covering official mistakenly stopped the clock in that situation. The clock should not have stopped. He said it is not a situation that is reviewable. So, and that's a part of the game too, as we kind of segue to this article about the officiating in the game, which was very poor. This was a poorly officiated game in many aspects. We watched what they was doing. It was corrupt. And we've seen that over the last couple of games, the Giants game and this game right here, where the referees, if the game is close, and that's the only way they're able to operate, because they'll try to slow the game down. But if you do what you're supposed to do and you build up a lead and get some distance between you and the opponent, that neutralize what damage the referees could do. Because their gray areas when the game is close, they can manipulate in between that. And we know, and that's what I've said. I've saying this from day one, that the true, and they have all kind of stuff going on, but real manipulation in these games are through the officials. That's why they're not allowed to be criticized. Players can't say nothing about them without taking money. Even though a player or a coach can say something that's 1,000% right about an official, he can still lose money for saying the truth, even though it is the truth. That's how it goes. When that happens like that, it makes no sense. And they say they're messing with the integrity of the game. The truth is the NFL has no integrity. The truth is the NBA has no integrity. The truth is no professional sport has integrity if they have betting lines and they have gambling attached to it. That means that it's a degree of corruption involved, because a lot of the gambling is tied to shady groups. This is old school stuff that still rule today. And this is real, especially in American professional sports. Not all, but some deal, and they'll pop up like the glitch in the matrix I always talk about. You'll see something out of place when they violate their own rule or do something they're not supposed to do. You'll know that that's when the corruption seeks in, and then they just blame it on a bad call. How you miss the call? You got 1,000 cameras over there. Who is the referee talking to when he doing a replay? Why you need a headset with a mic appendage? Who you talking to? I thought all the officials you need to make the call on the ground. Who you talking to? Who you getting the game from to make a call in the game? You see what I'm saying? That's what stuff that what guys like Stern didn't want to attach himself to. He didn't want his NBA tied to Las Vegas and none of that. But this other dude, the silver dude, all he is about money. That's why his league going down the tubes. That's why the viewership is dropping on his leagues and all of that, because these guys all about the money, and what they're doing is severely hampering the game. So, it has, so you went up to a crescendo, and that's as high as you're going to go. And now you're starting to come back down. It's not all about the money, and they sold out for the money, and they sold out a lot of other stuff. That's game. It's just what it is. No way around it. So anyway, except for the calling it out. That's what Mayweather said about boxing. He says the only way to do it is to talk about it and bring light to it. That's how you clean it up. And he's right. All right, Washington Commanders edged the Saints, but the game was marred by critical officiating error late in the fourth quarter. Stoppage of the game clock allowed the Saints to set up a crucial play leading to a touchdown. Referee Sean Hockley later admitted the clock should not have stopped, but the mistake was deemed non-reviewable and ultimately did not affect the outcome in favor of the Commanders. Like bull crap. The incident highlights the ongoing frustration with the NFL officiating and potential implications for player accountability. For player accountability? We talking about official accountability. Them guys ain't even full-time workers, man. That's how it's just a lot of stuff going on there. Critics argue that the officiating mistakes reflect a larger issue within the NFL. It's called corruption. It's a larger issue. Undermining confidence in the officials. Well, they do that on their own when you make calls you're not supposed to do. When you knowingly do stuff that you're not supposed to do. Like when the official didn't call that pass interference when Tommy Lee got ran through by the Ram person. The official was right there, grabbed at it, and then took his hand off of it. When stuff like that, your people hurt you. I'm talking about no official. It hurts the integrity of the confidence in the official. We don't have any confidence in them officials. I often say that. I often say that the Saints have to beat their opponent and the officials. And during Sean Payton's era, a lot of times Coach Payton had to build up a lead on his teams. That's why he played like that. He understood the game. He was on the competition committee for many years. He understood exactly what he needed to do to stay away from the officials. He had to build up leads with his team, offensively speaking, to keep the game at a certain length between him and his opponent, so it removed the true effect of the officials. They operate between the gray area when games are close. That's when they hurt you the most. And we've seen this over and over again. But he knew how to deal with it to a part. But while the Commanders escaped with a win, the lack of accountability raises a question about oversight and standards in officiating. They're going to blame it on the official. See, the official made the call and not call such and such. See, it stays there. It stays there, and we're not supposed to look at the NFL and it says the problem is with these guys. That if the official makes bad calls, he needs to be fined and he needs to lose money. He needs to be suspended for games, just like players do when they do things wrong. Why is that not a thing? We don't see officials get suspended. We don't see them get fined for games. And it'd be broadcast that the officiating staff was fined such and such per check, and they will not be able to do such and such, whatever the case may be. They won't be coaching or refereeing in any games this week, or something drastic to make them get the calls. They'll never do that, because the truth is, them just puppets there, man. They're just doing what they told to do. And they're there for us to point at and say, you're a dumbass. That's that's what it is, right? Anything at the higher level, we supposed to stay right here. We ain't supposed to point at the NFL and say the problem is with you up here. With you putting these rotten people out here to do this sinister stuff, like we not supposed to see what you're doing. We see all of that shit. We ain't playing with you on that. You gonna clean this up, or you gonna lose this money. In this game, man, for real. We not playing this stuff with these people no more. It's a new day and time. It's a new sheriff in town, man. And the sheriff is truth. We're not playing with these clowns no more with a lot of this stuff, man. This is old cap. All right. So anyway, what's next? As the season progresses, NFL must address officiating inconsistencies to restore fan confidence. Future games could be heightened tensions if these issues are not reflected. And we'll see what will happen. You know what will happen? Nothing will happen. Ain't nothing gonna happen with them because they're doing what they're supposed to do. Right? They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. All right, and one final article to talk about, man, here from JD says Saints will name starting quarterback. And of course, Rizzi says we're going to wait on it. But JD said, man, let me drop this right quick. New Orleans Saints will name starting quarterback later in the week. Spencer Rattler rallied offense second half against Washington. Derek Carr must practice before clearing the concussion protocol. So JD going out there and saying, man, the Saints is going to name Rattler. Now, you remember Rizzi said, I just played it, that he set up there and talked about, I can't tell you. We know what, we can't tell you what's going on. We're going to make the call later on in the week. But we already know, right? We already know. You don't have to play. We got to wait Derek Carr and see if Derek Carr is not playing against Green Bay, man. He's not going to do it. We're not going to, no. Not with no practice or a little practice. Rizzi, even though you got an extra day because the game's on Monday night, Rat Man is going to be the dude. And he earned it. It's weird. Rizzi isn't yet pressed for time to make a decision, so the Saints interim head coach said he'll wait before he names a starting quarterback for the upcoming game against the Packers, and that's understandable, being at the fact that you don't want to tip your hat to Green Bay one way or the other. New Orleans 5-9 receives a bonus day this week, playing the Packers 9-5 on Monday night at Lambeau Field. That's one more day for starting quarterback Derek Carr's injured left hand to heal as Carr completes his final stage of concussion protocol. Carr suffered both injuries in the Saints' loss to the Giants. And he set out the game against the Commanders, obviously, with the situation with the way Derek is right now. That really is the reason we would take it a day by day right now, week to week. And he's been, I don't understand why he's so hell-bent on getting Derek Carr back out there. I don't understand what's that about. He just hell-bent. We got to get Carr back out there. We got to get Carr back out. I don't understand why he's so hell-bent about getting Derek Carr back out there. I don't understand. You 5-9. What are you doing? We just got to do it. We just got to get him out there. Why? 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 Why are you hell-bent on getting Carr out there? What was going on there? I don't get that. There's really no reason to declare any starter at the moment. Naturally, if Derek Carr can get through the injury situation and get out there and start practicing at a regular pace, then it will certainly factor in. But if he can't, then obviously we'll have to go with Plan B. Or Plan R, which is the Rattler. Carr first will complete concussion protocol, which will happen as soon as he practices. It's a little bit of a unique situation because the final step of the concussion protocol is a little bit of a formality in that anybody in the concussion protocol has to have quote unquote practice. And so we didn't feel comfortable having Derek out there in practice scenario last week. He just wasn't ready for that. He didn't clear yet. So of course you can't put him. Why? I mean, you're trying to man it even out of concussion protocol. You talking about him, man? Come on. And so by the letter of the law, he still got to complete his protocol. The first time he practices, the expectation will be that he would clear the concussion protocol. So that's really not the limiting factor at the moment. My factor is I want to keep the man healthy. He coming off a concussion. He got a busted, fractured left wrist. And on his 9th throwing hand, you're 5-9. Why are you so hell-bent to get Carr out there? For what? For what reason? You might as well let him heal up. Rattler was 10-21 for 135 yards and a touchdown, wasn't sacked. And in the second half, as the Saints had scored on all 4 possessions, touchdown, field goal, and touchdown before an unsuccessful 2-point conversion attempt with no time remaining. In light of the situation, it was obviously a tough decision that I had to make the change at halftime. Was it a tough decision? Was it a tough decision, brother? It was a tough decision to pull a quarterback that had no synergy and chemistry. The team was flat, stumbling and bumbling all over the damn play. It was a tough decision. Let me read this like this, man, because it brings a light to it. It was a tough decision. It was obviously a tough decision. Had to make the change at halftime. That's never easy because Jake didn't really have that many plays, but I thought Spencer handled it right. I thought he provided the spark. No. Yeah, Spencer handled his business, and it wasn't a tough decision to pull Jake Haener out of that. Jake Haener didn't have the command of the huddle. The offense was letting him get knocked around like one of them punching punching toys. It looked like a clown. You put air in the bottom of it, and then it stands straight up, and you just punch. Like one of them old punchy toys, man. The line was letting people knock him around back there. I'm like, man, what the hell he did to them? I thought they was mad at him. At first in my head, I was like, damn, what's going on here? What the hell did he did? And whose cornflakes did he piss in? Because at the end of the day, that's what I was looking at. Said, damn, the way they was playing. And then when Spencer came in there, they just like, oh, it's time to play. I'm like, whoa, how y'all turn it on like that? Fam, they turn it on like that. It was dead as a doorknob. It was dead as a hammer in the first half. And then all of a sudden they got resurrected in the second. That was weird stuff, right? He says it's a credit to him how he handled the whole thing. You see his leadership skills come out. He's kind of got that fire in him. He's got the competitive passion fire that we all love. There's a couple of days I'm sure he'll love to have back, but I thought a couple of plays that he'll love to have back. You better tell that shit to Haener. I thought the way he operated the final drive, the way he managed the drive, managed the clock, understood the situation, all those little things, not forgetting this is a guy playing in his fourth game ever in the NFL. Really, really impressed what he did. Yeah, it should impress you enough for him to be the guy up against the Green Bay Packers because Derek Carr, you don't put Carr in them type of situations. This is in a cold weather too. It's going to be cold, and he's horrible in the cold. So he's going to have a fractured wrist and very little practice time for the Packers game, and he has a horrible cold record too. He's not very good in that cold weather. No, don't do that to him. Let him heal up. Then we talked about Alvin Kamara and what Rizzi said about him, that he has some imaging. We heard that. And then the Tanu passing is coming to 3 weeks. That passing has been patiently waiting. Perhaps he'll make his fourth week against the Green Bay Packers, and hopefully we do, man. But the defense overall has been really doing really good job. We just need maybe it's too late for that now. 5-9 is too late to be calling on anything. The Saints have completely squandered whatever chance they had to do anything, and they did it for the entire season. They took too long to fire Coach Possum. They took too long in the last game to pull the plug on Haener and the zombie offense to put Rattler in there. And prior to the game, why was the call for Haener anyway? I was like, Eric, we were all wrong. A lot of the family Who-Dats was saying, hey, man, Q, I asking the family members, who you going to pick for this game? You know what y'all said? Hey, man, that's Rattler. Every time the Saints have an issue with Derek Carr, the Rat Man is coming in there. He's going to play. And then guess what they did? We're going with Haener. And look how that turned out. They had to go back to Rattler and almost won the game. And if they did that at the onset, they would have beat the Commanders. Another stupid decision. It's a season full of poor late decisions, and that's just bred into the culture of the team. Everything is slow. Everything is always behind. It's nothing proactive. And that's the problem. You're going to always finish behind if you're not proactive. This situation a lot of times calls for you to be ahead of things, to have an imagination, to have a plan. Not to just sit there and let shit happen to you. You got to have a plan. It's punch, counter punch. Sometimes they're going to stick one to you. You gotta, it's punch and counter punch. You got to learn how to slip jabs in life. Sometimes you're going to take a hit. The point is you can't get hit all the time. Sometimes the situation might be a little faster than you, but once it happened to you once or twice, it's coming. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes there's a rhythm and a pattern. Some things you can see, some things you can't, but once you see it once, it shouldn't be able to get you twice. And if it gets you twice, it shouldn't get beyond you a third time. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm asking for. We need more of a proactive approach as an organization dealing with these matters. We can't sit back here and let these offensive guys figure it out. If you're the coach, you're supposed to be telling them what to do. And I just don't feel that's what Rizzi does. He does what Dennis Allen does. And I've proven it. I was like, man, this dude doing what Dennis Allen does. He has zero command of the offense. He just let them do their thing, and then he announces what they tell him. He doing the same thing Dennis Allen did. That's why it failed. Whatever he was doing, you can't do what he was doing. You got to learn from what he did, so you don't do nothing that he did. You just have to keep it pushing. You have to take command of these offense, move these other players, some of these players out, put these other players in. And right about now, I would not play Derek Carr against no Green Bay Packers. Derek Carr got a fractured left wrist. He's still in concussion protocol, and even if he clears, he's still not going to be practicing like that. And you want to go with the hot hand. You had this guy here who played really well. Let him finish out. Let him go against Green Bay. No need to rush Derek Carr anyway in the rest of these games. Why? The season is done for. This is over with. You're 5-9. Let Rattler finish out the season and see what you got. Derek Carr, let him rest out. Put him on the IR. Let him heal up. These people so hell-bent about having him to play or trying to get them in there. Now, the crazy part is if they actually put him in there and somebody knock him around and make that injury worse, imagine what happened. You know he got to clear. He got to be healthy for that contract. It's a clause, and shout out to, I think it was John Sigler that dropped that little giblet. I don't think he likes Derek Carr too much. Hell, he don't like Mickey Lumis that much either. But I think credit to him for dropping that little giblet about the contract situation with Derek Carr, that he would have to pass a physical. And if he doesn't pass that physical, the Saints can get up, they can save some money on him. So it'll be just a thing that they rush to get him in there, and something terrible happened to the man. So, and it affects him into the off season. It's just really crazy. It's a reason why we 5-9 as a team. It's a reason that we 5-9, because dumb decisions, poor management, stupid general manager and VP, bad president. And like I talked about in the game, I covered this on the Pelican post-game report, fam. For those who don't know, Dennis Lauscher, people asking Q, where's Dennis Lauscher to oversee Mickey Lumis and because the highest person in the Saints and Pelicans organization is Dennis Lauscher. He's the team president. He's the president of football operations for the Saints. He's the president of basketball operations for the Pelicans. And it's like, where is he at? You never see that guy. Why wasn't he on Mickey Lumis when the team was losing 7 straight games and didn't want to fire Dennis Allen and took Gale to do it, to tell him, what was Lauscher at? Where's Lauscher at with the Pelicans sitting up there at 5-21? That's right. I said 5-21. They 5-21, one of the worst teams in the NBA, and everybody looking at their players saying, y'all think I'll take him. They top stars on. Where's Lauscher at to check the fire of what's that idiot over there, David Griffin? Where they had to get rid of him? Where is he at? I'll tell you where he is. He's the director. He was the director for the last couple of years. Dennis Lauscher, y'all put one in the chat if y'all knew this. If you didn't hear from me on the Pelican post-game report, that Dennis Lauscher is the director of the board of hospitals of Oshina. He was elected to a board. Literally, he was elected on the board of Oshina Hospital, 47 hospital board that he's on. He signed a 4-year deal to be on that board. A 4-year deal that started in 2022. That would explain everything. How you gonna be on a board of hospitals, and that's 47 hospitals? That's the Oshina, and that's the tie that the Pelicans, the Saints, and Oshina have. The team president is on their board of directors. So even if you said, I wanted to get from up under Oshina because they got bad mojo going on, they got a real weird history too, by the way, and Tulane's no better, but you have to have your own directors or your own physicians, your own people that you bring in and build, and you get the idea from a successful team. Go look at what a successful team is doing. You don't have to have that, but they tied at the hip. How do you have time to be able to oversee on a board with 47 hospitals with Oshina and still be the president of the Saints and the Pelicans and oversee what goes on there? The answer is you don't, and you can't. That'd explain why Mickey Lumis feels like he can do whatever he wants. That explains why David Griffin feel like he can do whatever he wants. How's Zion Williamson on the trade block and David Griffin still got his job? How's Willie Green still got his job and his team is 5-21? How these guys are still employed? If you're serious about winning and you're serious about perception to the family base, the support base, how are you? You're not. So these weird ties that bind, that's why we are on our game, man. We on our game. We on our game. And this is games to them because it's all about money to them. But it ain't to us. Because at the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, guess what? They walk out of there with hundreds of millions of dollars in their pocket. Ain't no losing season for the Saints, if you know what I mean. There's a losing season for you. Because the only person in the end that's mad is you. You and me. We the only ones frustrated and upset. But is they? No, they're not mad about it. Not at all. Not even the players. Because the players, as long as I get my money, I'm good. A lot of them like that. Win, lose, or draw, they get the same amount of money. It's different with you, fam. It's different. You don't get nothing. As a matter of fact, you kick in everything. And whatever you get, you hold all of the upsetness about what doesn't happen. And we facing down another 5-9 year. You looking at a 5-11 year right here. 6, if they can beat the Raiders, that's probably what they can do in 3 years. So they'll finish 6-11. 6-11 year. And they're gonna run it back with Mickey Lumis at the general manager. Are you kidding me? See what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. At the end of the day, man, these people, they got to show and prove. That's why I tell the family members over and over again. The only people they're trying to chump is you. These people are not serious about winning nothing, man. They wouldn't keep a guy there and talking about is the injuries the reason why we struggling. And then you got your starting line been back for the last 2 games. And you playing half a game and they know what's on the line. How you play like that in the first half of this game yesterday and you got all this stuff on the line. You know you can't lose no more games. And you go out there and have that type of performance? Really? Them people already in many cases done mailed the shit in, fam. How you play like that and you know what's on the line. You cannot lose this game because you can't lose no more games. You lost too many. You got to win out. They knew that better than we did. And they go in there that first half of that game and play like that. Why? Huh? Why? And then he sit up here and talk about being proud of him for a half a game. Yeah. And I told you at the end, man, this ain't the right coach, man. Ain't no coach going to be happy or proud of nobody for a half a game, man. You crazy? Y'all didn't do nothing. Now, the defense, they handled their business, but still in all, it was a loss. Cam told you that. He said all the other stuff, man, don't mean nothing unless it come with a win. He says that, and he right. The personal accolades and all that bullshit don't mean nothing if it don't come with a win. Now you being proud. You and that dude ain't no real coach, man. This dude is a special teams coach, fam. I'm sorry to tell you, he better than a fresh anybody. A bear dog's ass is better than Dennis Allen. A shaved bear dog's ass is better than Dennis Allen as a coach. And we got Rizzi here, and Rizzi did a good job as best he can do, but we looking to get somewhere higher. We need to get to a competing level. And he's still this guy, he's not it, man. He don't have command of the offense like he's supposed to. He's not a strategist. We need somebody that knows that's good at strategy. And we got somebody that know how to do some shit. I'm sorry, man. You know, I apologize for calling, that. But listen, at the end of the day, man, these people, they're not serious about winning no games. Let's just be honest about it. How you have a team, and I have to say this again because people always like Mickey Lumis up, but they never say nothing about Dennis Lauscher. Dennis Lauscher is more important in the Saints organization than anybody. Gail Benson's right-hand man is Dennis Lauscher. How is he the team president of both the Saints and the Pelicans? Don't do shit to oversight none of them guys, and on the board of directors for Oshner Hospital, which is 47 hospitals, and he got time to sit on that board, and the Saints and the Pelicans both falling through the floor. Come on, man. This got to be changed. All this has to change. How is that even a thing? Where is the, and then you ask them questions because you only hear from them one time a year, and that's at the start of the season during media day. And when people are asking him football questions, he defers them to Mickey Loomis. The guy don't know nothing about no football, man. Come on, let's be honest with you. Anybody that defers football questions to Mickey Loomis is out of their damn mind. I'm being honest. This guy didn't want to fire Dennis Allen and a team on a 7-game losing streak. And when they fire him, he's still, Dennis Allen is an excellent coach. It was injuries. It was pressure from the outside. Why we had to fire him. Why is this guy still here? Why is he in that capacity? Whatever he told us over the last couple of years was lies and fabrications because he hadn't yielded any results since Sean Payton has left. Now, it showed you that he wasn't the guy. He was just a gopher. He got what Sean Payton wanted him to do. He was a gopher. That's all he was. He was nothing more than a gopher. And when Payton left, it exposed all of them. It exposed all of them. He was making all of them look better than what they actually were. And that's the God's honest truth. Because if he was hitting on shit, we would have done better than this. He wouldn't have picked this Dennis Allen possum, and he would have done a better job of finding a leader, somebody that the team could build around and has accountability. He wouldn't have picked the possum as a coach and then had to be forced to fire him and then be mad at you for having more power in the organization than he had because he's crazy. The game done passed him by, and he got a president that don't check on nothing. This team a joke, man. Both these franchises is a joke. They're both losing, and it's not a coincidence that both the Saints and Pelicans are both losing franchises ran by the same people. These are losers here, man. With joke franchise, it's ran fraudulently and it's antiquated. It's with one dude sitting up there, and that don't count anymore. You can't run these things like that unless this guy is some type of savant or something. And Mickey Loomis ain't none of that. This is a dude that tore up the cap. He don't know what he doing. He too thin-skinned to even handle tough questions. He only talks to his paid reporter, Mike Hoss, who basically sets up. He don't ask him no questions. He just prattles on, and then Mickey Loomis hops on the back of whatever funk train that he finished spewing out. Just saying, y'all hear the interviews, I play them. This is a joke. This is a joke is what I'm telling y'all, man. It's a damn joke. 5-9. People about to get their goddamn teeth kicked in, man. Oh, man. I'm just saying, how do you lose the first half of that game and you know what's at stake? I'm talking to McCoy. I'm talking to Cesar Salad Ruiz. I'm talking to Pennant. I'm talking to Fuaga. I'm talking about the rotational guard that should be a backup that they have as a starter and Lucas Patrick. All these guys were starters at the start of the year. How do you guys go out there and play like that first half and you know what's online? You know you can't lose any more games. You go out there and play like that, and then none of them say nothing about it? None of them say nothing about it? Okay. We'll say something about it. That's what we do. We've been saying something about it, man. I seen how y'all play. I seen how y'all did in that first half, man. I don't see how y'all even accepted money after the game for how y'all played. I don't see how y'all took the money. I just really don't. I don't see how they took the check. I don't see how they felt like they deserve that direct deposit. I don't see how they felt like they shouldn't have even got paid. Or should have got paid half their check because you ain't show up until half the game was over with. Why you feel like you should get full pay for that? You took off half the game, right? Am I right here? Those guys didn't do what they were missing for half a game, and then they finally showed up in the second half and lost the game. What you think was going to happen? If you play literally a half-ass team play a half-ass game. I'm talking truth. Man, listen, man, this is all funky and dirty, man. I'm saying, man, y'all look that up on Lauscher. How the hell he's sitting on the board of Oshner with 47 hospitals and the president and the Pelican president and the Saints president at the same time? How that work? How that work? That dude ain't doing no account work on them. He ain't checking for none of them people. Them people running their teams in the ground, and he's standing up there smiling his ass off, looking like Ted Bundy or something. I don't know what's going on, man. All right, he needs to be removed, man. Seriously, man. That's what people need to focus on that because that's very bad. All right, Linda says, shout out to y'all, man. Say they started Hainer to see if he has it. He does not. The coaches have the answer. They played Rattler, see if he has it. He has it. He does not. They should have let Rattler finish the season. May need to draft. Thank you, Linda. But the reality is, Linda, they had the answer all along. They knew Jake Hainer wasn't the answer. They knew he wasn't. That's why they had him at the emergency quarterback. There was no competition. That's what I'm trying to tell people. There was no competition. Rattler won the job fair and square during the preseason, and it was Dennis Allen who played the hot potato game of making the emergency third quarterback because Dennis Allen did not want Rattler to put any pressure on Derek Carr. He said, Q, how could a 5th-round rookie put pressure on an established 11-year quarterback making $150 million? Well, that's quite honest. The support base don't care. If they're not swayed away by Derek Carr like a lot of people are. A lot of Raider people like Derek Carr from afar because of what he did for their franchise. They like him because he owns a lot of the records there. He's upheld in a high standard in Raiderland in many people's minds, right? Like he's a franchise leader in several different really good records for the Raiders, which is a positive thing. For them, they see him in a different light. A lot of the Who Dat Nation, we don't see him the same. We don't care about that over there. We only care about what we've seen last year and this year, and based on what we've been getting, it hasn't been very good. Up to this point, we'll have to grade out the Carr experiment as a failure. I mean, we have to. $150 million for 2 9-playoff years, even though he's not the onset of that, but he was picked to be the guy that was supposed to sit on top of this vehicle and drive it into the playoffs, in which we've failed miserably, especially this year. So the Carr experiment as overall has been a failure up to this point. But they had the answer all the time. It was only Dennis Allen's off-code behavior while Rattler was relegated to the 3rd-string quarterback position. I've exposed that I don't know how many times. And it would be proven true because every time Derek Carr would get hurt, they just leapfrog the emergency quarterback into the starting position over Hainer. Hainer knew that. He didn't deserve that backup job. Rattler won it fair and square in the preseason. It was the bullshit that was going on with Dennis Allen that Hainer allowed himself to be a buffer, which he shouldn't have done that. He didn't have to participate in that. All he had to do was keep it real and tell Dennis Allen, listen, Rattler won the job. He should be the man. He should have done it just like that. And if he'd done that, all that would have went away. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be honest. You're not supposed to take nothing that don't belong to you. And he got his issue when he went in there and found out that he wasn't the quarterback Rattler was. And it was very clear, too. It was like night and day. And in the words of my dog, DC, who says it was very, very bad. Because it was. It was terrible. You know? Anyway, Devon says it's wild how easily some teams downfall in 2-minute situation. We need Clint to speed the calls up like they're more consistent. We need points, field goals, and punts don't cut it. Yeah. Brother Derek, what's up, bro? Says Saints more of a family-run business than it. That's right, bro. They just want to work with who they like instead of who they need. That's a good point, bro. Shout out to you. Giovanni says Dennis Lausch is too busy ordering. I told you look like Ted Bundy running around there, man. He says Mickey was in his feelings about Allen. Gail had to actually come to the office that day to make sure Lumis fired him. Where was Dennis Lauscher at? Because Lauscher is Lumis' boss. Gail tells Lauscher, Lauscher tells Dennis. That's how, Mickey to fire Dennis. That's how it's supposed to go. Where was Lauscher at? It's all you hear the story about Gail and Lumis, but you never hear Lauscher. Where's Lauscher at? He's the team president. Why didn't he have Mickey Lumis to fire? Why was Gail involved? Where was Dennis Lauscher at? See, he's not present anywhere. He's not present with the Pelicans. He's not present. Where is he? Where is Lauscher? That's the question. We ask him, where is Dennis Lauscher? He's the team president. Where is he at in all of this? You know, that's what I'm sticking to. Doc 554 says Mickey Lumis equals Jerry Jones. Can't admit it. It would never be, he says, can't admit it was never because of him. He destroyed the Saints money situation right now for the next 2 years. I didn't do it. You didn't do it. But he swears he has a plan. The guy's crazy. He's out of his mind, man. He's out of his mind and needs to be pulled off that GM position. 504 Coach says Pels and Saints are mirror images of each other. Q, indeed, they are. You got a 5-9 Saints team and a 5-21 Pelican team. That's astounding. They both with 5 freaking wins, man. Amazing. You got a 5-win Pelican team who are 5-21, one of the worst teams in the NFL. All of their people are basically on a trade block, including Zion Williamson, for what some reports are saying they're not having Yves or Herb or Trey, but Zion is on the trade. Really? Who you going to draw to watch the games? You got to have a draw. These people are insane, man. They done screwed it all up, man. Because the Pelicans are a joke. They don't know what they're doing. They want to try to bank out. They want to hire these bullshit con artists, grifting ass people like David Griffin and all these other clowns, and they don't know what they're doing. It's sad, man. But the people not going to watch. They about to get a December they can remember, because at the end, the people are not going to go to that building down there, man. With this going on, you better fire Willie Green and get him out of here. Devin says, Q, play that video of the dude telling Mickey to fix the yeah, that's always one of my favorite ones, man. Yeah, Mickey, yeah, you gotta do something tonight, Mickey. You gotta do something tonight, Mickey. Yeah, that was a funny one, man. That old boy was. They told him that 2 years ago. And the man told Mickey Lumis he hurting that he killing the city. You killing the city. And Mickey Loomis ain't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. I can't even remember the name of the video, fam. I'm trying to pull it up on the fly. Oh, man. You killing the city. That was a funny one, man. That always makes me laugh, man. I hear it. Because the dude was, he got a funny sounding voice. But he was telling them some truth talk, and Mickey ain't want to hear it. He ain't gonna do nothing. He a fool. He a simpleton. I can't even find the damn video now, just because I wanted it. All right, but anyway, man, I'm gonna have to put it up there for another time, bro. I'm looking. I didn't even see it, bro. I put it up there. It ain't coming up. Hold on, let me try one more time. Because it was the Tampa Bay game I wanted to say. I think it was one of the yeah, it is. There you go. Hold on, I knew I would find it.
Come on, Mickey. It's on you, Mickey. You got to make a move tonight, Mickey. He's not ready for this, Mickey. You're killing the city. You're killing a reputation. 3rd and 1. They tried to throw a pass. Mickey Loomis, you got to do New Orleans better.
That always cracks me up when I hear.
Come on, Mickey. It's on you, Mickey. You got to make a move tonight, Mickey. He's not ready for this, Mickey. You're killing the city. You're killing a reputation. 3rd and 1. They tried to throw a pass. Mickey Loomis, you got to do New Orleans better.
That's it. Shout out to that brother, man. Appreciate that, man. That was a good one, bro. You're killing the city. He is killing the city, man. He killing the team, the city, and every damn thing, man. That whole organization is, man. They all killing the city. They killing the hell out the city. You gotta make a move tonight, Mickey. Yeah. All right, fam, I'm gonna get ready to get my ass out of here, man. English says entire management structure has rotten on the vine. It has been taken apart down to the frame and rebuilt. There's a lot on a lady like Miss Gale. Yeah, a lot of it's rumors about her. Got other people say, man, listen, we'll just buy the team from you because it's so poorly ran, man. It's so poorly ran. It's a shame. Gundam says, Q, they gotten fat and lazy and too comfortable. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. They all about $1. And nothing wrong with $1 unless you get it the right way from the Who Dat Nation. Like, you win, we'll give you the money. But we don't support no garbage, trash. Shout out to Uganda. Yeah, y'all heard that, man. That was a funny one, man. Man told him that. You see what Mickey Lumis was doing? Walking off with that backpack. Oh, my guy, leave me alone. Won't you hold on now? Leave me alone. That guy keeps talking. I don't even know who that guy is. Goddamn guy. Hold on. I just want to stand up here and let my team lose in peace. Yeah, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. That was last year. 31 and he tried to throw a pass. Oh, yeah, he says. Yeah, he said Mickey name like 5 times. It was so funny because people walking past Mickey Lumis was like, man, don't you know this is what the Saints do? They're going to lose, bro. What you doing? And they just walking past him like he ain't, like he nobody, because he really isn't. And they just walking right past him. And the guy yelling at him, and they pretending like they don't see him. Oh, man. What we going to do, y'all? What we going to do here? All right, Fallon said one more time. All right, one more time for the road. One more time for the road, Fab. We'll play it one more again. And hold on, here it is. Let's play it one more. Here it go. Here it go. Hold on.
Come on, Mickey. It's on you, Mickey. You got to make a move tonight, Mickey. He's not ready for this, Mickey. You're killing the city. You're killing a reputation. 3rd and 1. They tried to throw a pass. Mickey Lumis, you got to do New Orleans better.
Mickey walked over to that side. He almost thought about jumping over it. You gotta make a move tonight, Mickey. Oh man, he said 3rd and 1. They try to throw a pass. Why he had to drag the pass like that? He tried to throw a pass. Hey man, yeah, that brother was feeling it, man. Mickey was standing on that end. If somebody was a little closer, you might have gave him a little shove there. He was standing over there by that side. If that guy right there with that gray shirt would just bumped into him a little bit, man, we might not be having none of these problems right now. All right. Anyway, much love to the fam, man. I appreciate y'all for being in the live, man. We're going to get ready to get out on here. Please feel free to hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share the show on social media feed. Also, please, family, take a look at our sponsors of the platform, the Sports Coma, Mint Mobile. They got some sales going on right now, 50% discounts on the website on their phones and services. Please feel free to check out Mint Mobile, link in the description section. Teach Henley, they got a good sale going on, 20 to 40% off on skincare products for the men, and Betonline. If you can't make money on the Saints, with the Saints, make money on the Saints because they're making it on you, and that's real spill. But anyway, with that being said, man, appreciate y'all for being in the stream. I shall return tomorrow on Tuesday. Patreon will be recapping the match of the Saints and Commanders on the All 22. We'll go over the film. We'll cover all the latest news and notes. And also on Patreon, man, there's some new content put up for On Cue with Big Q. We got another episode of On Cue with Big Q that went up yesterday as part 2 of the the shooter, the healthcare dude, just showing some clips, going over some stuff that don't fit right in the whole damn thing. That's on there, along with a couple of more reports and vids that are very interesting, man. Some historical stuff to kind of get you on game about how things are going. It's some good game is on Cue with Big Q, not just Saints content, but on Patreon, that is, not just the Saints stuff, but also our news show is on there as well. And we appreciate the Patreon and YouTube family for y'all support as always. So with that being said, fam, we're going to get out on this. I'll see y'all on Tuesday. Much love to the fam. Who dat? Peace. And we out.
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who dat. Long as I'm living, I'm a who dat. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, money like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Betonline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, Betonline provides you with all the action, the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to BetOnline today to get in on all the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here.
WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform's store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.